Hello. Um, I came to share my experience with Fago. I've known Fago for at least almost 2 years now. I've known Fago when they still went by Ghost Dev, and then they went by Icy, and then they went by Fago. My experience with them was it felt a bit one-sided in a sense, and the only reason why I say that is because there were on multiple occasions where I would have to defend Fago on, you know, things at this current moment I feel ashamed of defending him for. I defended him over his complications and feud between his exes and everything else.
While he was dating me, he said that he born 2004. Yeah, he doesn't have the born thingy anymore. And then this is before the other NSFW account he had. He used to have this one called Scar NSFW. If you didn't know, that's his OC's name. That. And then also here is his little mod he made for his 18th birthday. I was 15 because 10/23 is my birthday. I was born 2006. Here is stuff. Here's a legal age of consent in Florida because he said he wanted to meet with me in real life. Here is more info about him. He said this on June 13th, 2022. Age, go/scar, age 19, whatever. Here is him having 18 plus roles in a server. Here is him saying that he was 17.
I had to also experience him lying to me. I experienced him lying about his age when we were dating, and I didn't only find out that he was a minor until he was getting exposed by one of his exes. And it hurt because it was like he was dealing with grooming allegations. Same thing that I was dealing with for a while, and it just felt so bad because I was, what is it called? I was put into a situation where if I was going to defend Fago, or if I was going to completely cut Fago off and literally just say, you lied to me, I'm never talking to you ever again, I decided to defend Fago, which at this point it was the wrong thing to do, because Fago proceeded to do the same shit that he's been called out for twice and everything else. The other thing that I'm very upset at when it comes to Fago is the whole entire transitioning thing. Me, I have a very strong opinion on that. I feel as if, if you want to do this, if you want to do this type of commitment and everything else, you would have to actually um, own up to it and everything else, right? And not just, go back and say, oh, I identify as a guy again and everything else, you know? And it's like, I'm sitting here like, this, like, it kind of hurt because it's like, me, I'm going through, that transition where I'm, male to female, but it's like, I'm not like kind of like going back from it because it's like if I wanted to, make that commitment and make that decision, I was gonna keep that decision. I can't go back on it, and it's like that's what Faygo did when Faygo went under the icy name. uh, Faygo identified it as a female and everything. I was still on good terms with them and everything else. It's just I felt very iffy after I found out they changed their name after getting into more shit and also changed their gender back, which definitely hurt me. Now, me, I knew that Faygo was on some like very weird shit for a bit, but I didn't know that Faygo was into Cream the Rabbit pornography, which for Sonic fans and non-Sonic fans, they know that Cream the Rabbit is a child, and me being the person I am, I don't like associating with people who indulge themselves into that shit. And it's like I had to, I had to learn the hard way. And seeing Faygo's responses being concerning, like, oh, you should have let me know and everything else about the character before you like say anything uh publicly. that that's fucking concerning. If you're gonna at least like do something or at least beat your dick or be like into something, at least do your research, dude. Hell, in this case, you really didn't even have to do your research because a lot of people know that Cream the Rabbit is 6 years old, dude. So it's like, I found out about that, and, I see like people were defending Faygo and everything else. It hurt me even more because it's like, this is not normal behavior. This is not really necessarily normal behavior. And seeing people like calling others out and everything for the same thing that Faygo did, and they're defending Faygo, really kind of like, opened my eyes even more that these people are like hypocritical. But the thing for like, Faygo is that my experience with Faygo was, also hypocritical in a sense as well, because I would have to deal with people ridiculing me and everything else when I hated Faygo, on like them being on weird shit and everything else, and then Faygo clapping back and everything, and it like it went how it went, right? And then this shit popped up, and I was sitting here so dumbfounded because Faygo has done a lot of stuff to me and has done a lot of stuff to other people. And it kind of just ended up blowing up in their face, where it's he cut off people for being weird and, you know, everything. But turns out he was a weird person himself. And so that's my shortened version of my experience with Faygo. I know it doesn't seem like I said a lot of shit, but to even sum that up, I was in a relationship with Faygo. Learned the I learned the hard way. Me and him went back and forth about the weird shit, about who's weird and who isn't. And it turns out at the end of the day that Faygo's been exposed for liking Cream the Rabbit porn and try to excuse it.